Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Inside Business. I'm your host, Michael Schofield. Today, our topic is the financial bubble burst. With us today, we have Mr. Le Tianxing from China, Ms. Mus Kaneyama from Japan, and Ms. Jennifer from America. And they will be giving us an insider's view of the financial crisis that happened in Asia in 1997 and the recent financial crisis which affected the global economy last year and the possibility of a further financial crisis occurring from China. So first we're going to go to Ms. Mus Kaneyama to talk us about the experience she had in Japan and in Asia.
Thank you, Michael. In Japan, it was asset bubble of the late 1980s. The Japanese stock price began to rise in the early 1980s and continued to rise more than 5 times on the 1980 level until 1980, and it started to decline. The Japanese land price also rose. The average land price was more than double in 1991 and has continued to decline, especially urban land price. It rose more and fell harder. The phenomena during that time, such as those people who had land became very, very rich, and rich people purchased expensive clothes, cars, food, and so on. They also traveled all over the world to spend money. The land became more valuable asset. Some yakuza forced the owner to sell the land to them. Too many office buildings were built in urban areas. They stood empty for many years to come. Too many amusement parks were developed and got into financial troubles at the end, including the Dutch Temple Park in Nagasaki that is still operating under financial distress. I think it's the same as in America, right?
Yeah, definitely think that's the same thing happening in America, and that's what we have Miss Jane Lehman. She's the heir-to-be, or the former heir-to-be to the Lehman establishment before it collapsed last year. Now she's going to give us a few words. Ms. Lehman.
Well, thank you, Michael. Well, about the housing bubble, the whole thing was based on credit, which made the price go up. Because of the bigger money supply, the market needed big credits in order to stay at this level. When the credit stopped coming, the houses had already been overpriced, and the imbalanced credit over the hands, the prices were forced to come back at the normal price. People said that the housing price never went down. Well, it never went up either. The bubble was created by the cheap money of the Feds, combined with the silly policy of Clinton that followed by Bush. And then when the prices wanted to go up, Obama was fighting it. This recession would have been moved, the money stuck in the unproductive jobs for people who use it properly. And the US government is fighting that because it would have been bad enough, because if you look in the 1930s, in the US, you had a sound economy. Now, we talked about Japan, and we've seen how it was like in the US. Let's talk about China.
Yeah, I think that's a very important subject. China, with its growing economy, is something that we need to watch out for. So for that, we have Mr. Le Tianxing from China Telecommunications with us.
Thanks, Michael. In my opinion, China stocks and the property are 15% to 100% overvalued. China's productivity rose rapidly after it joined the WTO. The massive build-up in infrastructures and the relocation of the manufacturing sector to China pushed up Chinese labor productivity rapidly. At the same time, Chinese currency declined as it rose against the dollar less than its decline. The combination of rising productivity and the weak currency led to the massive export growth. The resulting dollar earning pumped up China's monetary system, while China experienced weak export now. The weak dollar allowed China to receive liquidity saved up during the boom in the past 5 years without worrying about the currency depreciation. It's not too hard to understand when the bubble would burst. When the dollar becomes strong again, liquidity could leave China to pop the bubble. What's occurring in China now is no different from what's happening in other emerging markets before. Weak dollar always leads to bubbles in emerging economic that were old at the time. When the dollar turns around, the bubble burst will be happening in China.
This wraps up our show for today, and don't forget to tune up for next edition of Inside Business next week, same time. Good luck, everybody.